Well, hey there, it's Brian Hunk Hands Crabtree, and I'm in Taipei. So I'm on a mission today. I need to buy drugs, and not the fun kind of drugs, the boring kind of medication drugs. I'm gonna go to the hospital and deal with all that bullshit. Which brings me to the point of this video, which is if I didn't have this, or if I was born about 20 years earlier, say in the time of these motherfuckers, I would be blind as shit. I need this because if I don't have it, I go blind. However, the first thing that comes to mind about this right now is that I need to deal with all these fucking bureaucrats and fill out paperwork and see a doctor I don't need to see anyway to get it. So what we're gonna be talking about is gratitude. And this is gonna be a quick one because I'm not very good at gratitude, but I learned one thing about gratitude from going blind. And I'm gonna share with you what that one thing is. And I'm also gonna tell you the story about how I went blind 4 years ago. I was in Manila and I was working really hard at this company. Late nights, eating shitty food, and I basically worked myself blind. I woke up one morning and looked around and I noticed that there was a black spot in my field of vision on my right eye. And it was just a bit hazy, so I didn't pay too much attention to it. Then the next day, bigger, and it started to go around my focal vision, and it started to like go and join, and I was like, holy shit, I'm going blind. So I saw all the doctors, I did all the tests, including getting a needle stuck in my eye to suck out a little fluid to see what was going on. And by this time, I still had a little vision right in the middle, that was all. So I'm freaking out. I flew to Singapore, I saw the best eye doctor, and they finally figured out that I was born with an autoimmune disease that was triggered by all the stress. So it's 100% not contagious. You can't give it to anybody else. It's just something you're born with, and if you push yourself hard enough, it can flare up. And remember, I still had a little bit of vision in my right eye. But one morning I woke up and that was gone. My right eye was totally blind. No more 3D. I even got the lazy eye where my right eye would wander around because I had nothing to lock onto. But I was lucky, my doctors treated me and the vision actually opened up again in the right eye. Not completely, but in the center, I can see. Like I can see the camera right here. Here, nothing. I'm moving my hand, I can hardly see that at all. Basically gone. And since then, it's been stable, nothing's happened. So what did I learn from this experience? Nothing. The only thing I learned is that you adapt extremely quickly to whatever the fuck is normal in your life. There's a mind-blowing TED Talk which reveals if you win the lottery after 1 year, you're back to normal. And that's actually the same as if you go paralyzed from the neck down. After a year, you're back to your baseline happiness. That is completely insane. That's one of those things like the size of the universe, right? You can be like, oh, the universe is big, but if you actually like comprehend it, it blows your mind. If you actually comprehend that if you got everything you wanted in life, if you were a fucking billionaire, you would be exactly as happy as you are right now. If you actually comprehend that, it's like, wait, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Why am I trying to get all this shit? And going blind in this eye just reinforced that it's really true. It's really fucking true because most days I wake up, I don't even think that I'm blind. Even though my vision improved a bit, there's no way I could drive a car or anything. When I cross a road, I do need to be a little bit more careful, but I don't think about it. I go entire days and probably weeks where I never even think, oh, my eye's kind of fucked up. The lesson that one would learn from such a thing is that happiness is sort of an internal state. And it's not about maybe the state of your body or the state of all the shit that you have or whatever. It's really something internal. Which brings us to the idea of happiness, right? Like what actually makes us happy? If a lottery winner is gonna be equally as happy as a guy who goes paralyzed, like where does happiness actually come from and how do we cultivate it? I've spent some time thinking about this and reading about it, and I don't have like a central unified theory where everything fits together, which is completely annoying. It's really frustrating. In the book, The Happiness Hypothesis, he basically says it's meditation, it's cognitive behavioral therapy, and it's possibly Prozac, plus minimizing chronic background annoyances like traffic, like loud noises, or like social situations that are just like toxic. And also peppering your life with things that give you pleasure, like chocolate, like sex, all that kind of stuff. You know, that's one hypothesis. That's why it's called the happiness hypothesis. Then there's the hardcore like Buddhist philosophy, which is everything external don't matter. It's all about the internal. So I'll tell you my model, the thing that I think is the closest to the truth, but I know that there are issues with it. This partially comes from Neil Strauss's book, The Truth. There are 6 core needs. Those are physical, sexual, psychological, social, emotional, and spiritual. And I think we all have different sweet spots for those 6 different needs. For instance, one person might need more sexual variety in their life. One person might just not need as much sex in their life. So I kind of feel like life is about figuring out where are your sweet spots in those 6 different areas because they're different for everybody. But on the other hand, if you're above your sweet spot, that's basically wasted. It's sort of like you have 6 different glasses of different sizes and you have to figure out where the rim is and fill them all up to the rim. Don't go over, don't go under, just right at the rim. And everybody's glass asses are different sizes, so you need to figure out where yours are by experimenting. You know, see somebody who has a lifestyle with a shit ton of sex in it, give it a try, and be like, well, you know, does that resonate with you? Or are you just dumping a lot of water into a cup that's already full and you don't really get any benefit from it? You're just spending time and energy and effort getting shit that doesn't actually benefit you. Do you really need to go to the gym so much that you're jacked like Arnold Schwarzenegger? Do you really need to have as much pussy as Frank Sinatra or Hugh Hefner? Do you really need to have $1 million or $5 million or $100 million? Do you need to be Jack Ma? Do you need to be Warren Buffett? And I'm recording this as much for me as for you. I think that there are real diminishing returns for all this stuff you add to your life above your personal sweet spot. For example, I've had sex with 4 or 5 girls within a 24-hour period, and there are serious diminishing returns to that. Even with the second girl, you're not getting this hard and you're fucking tired. Your legs are like cramping up. If you took those 5 girls and you spread them out over 2 weeks, that would just be a much more intelligent way to organize your life and optimize for real happiness, not just for like the number happiness of like, hey, I fucked 5 girls. Did it actually make you happier? No, you just have like a bragging number. You have this external number that you're gonna like show off. You know, I'm a billionaire. I got the G5 jet. I got the trophy wife. I have the job title. I have the house. When you actually get those things, you realize you're just pouring water in a cup that's already full. It looks good externally, but internally it doesn't really give you any satisfaction. But there's one super critical thing that's missing from this model of like, how do you actually be happy? And again, the model is figure out where your sweet spots are in those 6 areas. Don't exceed them, don't go under them, just try to hit them right on. And again, those 6 core needs are physical, emotional, social, sexual, intellectual, and spiritual. But what's missing from this model is actually appreciating it when your cups are full, when you're good, when you've got your needs met. You have to appreciate it. And that's what gratitude is all about. If you don't have gratitude, you can have the best life in the world, exactly perfect for you, but you aren't happy with it. Maybe an even better way to think about it is gratitude actually shaves down your glasses so that you don't need to fill them up as much to have your needs met. Like I said, I'm not really sure what the model is, but it's something about those 6 core needs, hitting your sweet spots, and having gratitude for what you have. So if I were like a robot in Westworld and I could pull out an iPad and I had all my personality characteristics and I can adjust them, instead of being smarter or more creative or more social or any of that shit, the number one thing that I would take and I would turn all the way up would be gratitude. If you want to be happier, I think the only thing that works all of the time is more gratitude. And my eye getting a little better and having 3D, does that give me some gratitude epiphany? No, not really. I think the big traumatic stuff like almost dying or having a loved one die is useful in that it shows you that there's a there, as Sam Harris says. When you temporarily realize that just breathing or giving somebody a hug can bring you so much satisfaction. Then with time it fades, it goes away, you're back to normal. But you might remember that that simple thing gave you so much pleasure. And that faint memory, it might just make it a little bit easier for you to start a gratitude journal or to meditate or to write a letter to a loved one. All these things that classically will improve gratitude. And I'm not some kind of gratitude journal. I was just bitching earlier about how this medication that's gonna keep me from going blind is over in some hospital and I need to jump through some hoops to get it. Meanwhile, I'm otherwise healthy, living in the greatest age ever to be alive, at least until we all get turned into paper clips. So to sum it all up for me, if I want to be happier, the number one thing that I should cultivate in my life is more gratitude. So I made it, I'm back in my place, and huge update for you, big update, 600 votes came in about where I should go for my Asian summer squirting tour, and the results are Singapore, KL, Jakarta, Manila, and Hong Kong. Here are the dates on the screen. That's when I'm gonna be there, and in each city, I'm only doing 5 massages for ladies and 2 couples squirting trainings. Thanks so much for voting. It's gonna be awesome. I'm in each city only 1 week. That's why I can only do 7 sessions with you guys. Tickets are available right now on HunkHands.com, but here's the cool part. The early bird bonuses, don't miss this. These are crazy. If you manage to grab a seat right now up until 1 week before I hit the city, then these early bird bonuses are yours. 4 things. 1, you're gonna get a bottle of my hand-mixed 24-karat gold massage oil. That's completely free. 2, you're gonna get lifetime access to my 6-step squirting online training. That's for the ladies. If you do a ladies massage, you're also gonna get training so that you can like teach your boyfriend how to do it, or you can maybe tell him like, hey, log into this thing, figure out what's going on. 3rd, and this is pretty cool, I'm gonna let you try 3 different vibrators, and then you get to keep the one that you like the best. To try out 3 with my tips, with my feedback, and then just take home the one that you like. And then 4th, it wouldn't be an early bird promo if I didn't throw in a discount. So 25% off, but you gotta do it now up until 1 week before I hit the city. For couples, that means you're gonna save over $550. And for ladies, that drops it from $800 down to $600. Or if you wanna go for the empowered massage, it's already 95% off. That's $40 down to $30. So for $30, you're gonna meet me in a 5-star hotel. I'm gonna give you my entire signature squirting yoni massage. Plus at the end of that, you're gonna get a keepsake massage video. You're gonna be in one of my Hunk Hands Weekly videos, completely anonymous. That's part of the empowered massage. And right now, those early bird specials are on at HunkHands.com. You gotta go there. Plus for the ladies, I know you have questions, so I just answered some of the top FAQs at HunkHands.com. So there's little videos of me answering some of your top questions. So if you're watching this and you're like, huh, yeah, but I wanna know more, go to HunkHands.com, check out those videos. And one last thing, I just opened up my calendar for a couple sexual strategy sessions. If I'm gonna be in your city and you still have questions, then I'm cool to answer your questions for 30 minutes. You don't have to join, it's just an informational thing, and I'll give you as much value as possible during that time. I'm not gonna hold anything back. So it's all happening right now. You guys voted, I appreciate it so much. I'm going back on tour, I'm super excited. Hitting Singapore on July the 27th, and then KL, Jakarta, Manila, Hong Kong. It's gonna be really fucking fun, and I hope to see you out there. And now's the time to join because these early bird specials will not last forever. They're also until I get booked out. So go to HunkHands right now, get the information, and if you have more questions, schedule a free sexual strategy session with me. That is 30 minutes of my time, completely free. And let's do this. See you in your city.